Hi, I'm Kathy Mills from Short Film Edits, and I'm here with Jeff and Matthew for an interview today. How are you?
Doing great, thanks, Kathy. How are you?
Good, thank you. Could I start this with you guys introducing yourselves and telling us a little bit about you?
Okie dokie. My name is Matthew Shea. I am an actor, writer, producer, trying to be an all-round filmmaker. But above all of those, husband and father first. And yeah, I've been in the acting world for the past 5 years and loving it and hoping to continue for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Perfect. Hi, everybody. I'm Jeff Krueger, and I'm like Matt. I'm also an actor, writer, wannabe producer, and done a few things like that. And honestly, I started acting just over a couple of years ago, and I've had an incredible amount of fun. It's something I've always wanted to do. But I really just kind of got going with it because I needed a new hobby, and I stopped playing sports and doing those types of things. So I'm like, I gotta do something with my time. And coming out of COVID, I was working remote. I'm a software developer, and I'm like I'm starting to get really antisocial. So it's been a wonderful way to kind of bring that back, and I've just fallen completely in love with it and just want to keep doing it.
Yeah, and that's great. I think a lot of us fell into that anti-social space during that time, so everybody's trying to find their outlet to get back out there. Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. Yeah. Matthew, my first question is for you. You have your own production company, Northern Monkey Productions. What inspired you to start this?
Well, working locally in the Okanagan here in British Columbia, I've worked with like we have a fantastic community. Above all anything else here, the film industry in Kelowna is just incredibly supportive and very talented. And I was working with another production company called Little Red Hen Studios, and we had some success. We had some films a film that actually went to Lisbon for the film at Palooza. So there was some success there, but then we kind of disbanded somewhat, and from there, I already had in my mind that I wanted to create my own production company. That's sort of my mentality. Is I can be quite impatient, and also I don't like putting work on other people if I can maybe do the work myself. So to bring all of it together, I thought, you know what, let's just try and do something that will be able to be creative, a creative outlet for myself, but also somewhat somewhere where I can bring the community in and try to get other people's films created as well. And I used to have a construction company before I was in film called Northern Monkey Stucco. And
Yeah,
being from the north of England, I just thought, you know what, I'm going to carry that over and
yeah.
become the Northern Monkey of film instead.
I love that. I love that. And you being a producer, you can keep it to your own vision as well.
Yes, absolutely. And you know what? It's been interesting because it's the film industry can be quite well, it is very ego based. It can affect your ego, good and bad. But to be in this position, you get to work with so many different egos and to be able to bring them collectively together to create something that you all are so proud of. It's I think it's almost quite an impossible achievement, and
Yeah.
it gets done on a regular basis in film. So yeah, it's unbelievable to see it.
Yeah. No, I love that. I love that. Okay, Jeff, you have a strong photography background. Does this influence your filmmaking in any way?
Um, yes, actually, like yes and no. I'm always trying to envision new ways to kind of just capture the images and the lighting and just everything from perspectives that you might not ordinarily expect to see. Something that once you kind of see it, it's like, whoa, wow, okay, that pops, and it just clicks right away in your head. Like, yeah, that's what I'm after. And I am just always looking for new ways to create things. So
Yeah.
it's something that I really like to try and do, even with myself too, when I'm building characters and that sort of thing. Um, just trying to approach it from, you know, thinking outside the box of how can we kind of really make this pop and get that hook in there. Because with verticals, right, it's all about that hook and
Yeah,
pulling people in and drawing them in. So yeah, it's absolutely something to use.
definitely. I mean, with my editing, I can pick a good picture and I know what picture I want to go with that particular edit, but I don't have the photography skills to carry that same picture.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah, it's like I can see what I want, but I don't have the capability to do it. But that's really cool if you guys, you got that. So,
Hmm.
yeah. All right. How did you two first decide to work together?
That's
Do
a
you
good
want to go,
question.
Jeff?
Um, well, Maddie and I met each other first. Basically, our wives were working together at a production company that does like Lifetime movies and made-for-TV movies and that sort of thing. And so I got to meet Maddie through them, and we just hit it off really well. And there's a few times we've gotten to actually work together on a few of the verticals we've done. We're both in Kelowna, which is about 4 hours away from Vancouver, where pretty much everything's shot. So we drove down and got to stay together at an Airbnb and have some really good conversations where, I always knew I liked this guy, but then it's like, wow, we really kind of align in so many ways. Like we're on the same vibration. We have the same outlook in life. And we're from very different backgrounds, but we have so many commonalities. And that just really, made me grow closer to him as a person. And he just puts me at ease when we're on set. I don't really know how to explain it. Otherwise, just when you find somebody you really like being around,
Yeah.
that's what Matt does for me. He grounds me, and yeah, I just want to make movies with him now
Oh,
and keep acting.
you know what? For all the villainous roles that you play, and for all of the badasses that you play in shows, I have to say, Kathy, the nicest guy. The I
Hmm.
don't. I think everyone in this community here and everyone that knows him, uh, I can say just in the time that you've been doing acting and going from not doing it at all to the growth that you're at now, even socially, even on like Instagram and things like that, it's gone through the roof, and that's not just through talent, but being through the nice guy that he is as well. So I think, yeah, and then just to get to work with Jeff, we both share the same passion for film. We both want to be doing this on a daily basis. And it helps that both our wives are pretty much best friends too and have the
That
same
definitely
same
helps.
yeah the
Yeah.
same interests in terms of wanting to work in film. And I think when you have the same goal, the same passions, and you can feel a good energy about it, you want that to grow because that attraction is only going to attract more of that. And if
Yeah.
we can create a working environment based on that, then I think that's one of the reasons that, or the big reason that I think what working with Jeff is going to be not only guaranteed to be a success, but to also be a place where people don't want to quit,
Yeah,
Yeah.
right? So,
absolutely.
love you, Jeff.
All right. What does each of you bring to the partnership?
Oh, good
Hmm.
question.
Uh, I can say for myself personally, it's non-stop drive.
Mhm.
I have done many different things in my life, many different careers, military, retail, construction, and out of all of them, this is the one that I love the most.
Yeah.
And so I find that I can bring people together really well, and the creative side is just constant. It's just a constant flow that I wish I had more time to sit and type and write because I guess that's where I would praise myself in that sense.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. Jeff?
Um, honestly, it's creativity is something that, like as a kid, I was super, super creative, and I had an old black and white camcorder that I got for Christmas when I was like really young kid, and you had to actually hook it up. Like it actually recorded video on audio cassettes, if you can believe
Oh, I
that.
love that.
But so you could use it, you could go around the house, but you had to hook it up to a VCR to kind of give it like long life. And so like I'm really dating myself here, but I played with that thing like for hours as a kid, making videos and cutting them and doing all this stuff like by splicing tapes, hooking up two VCRs together, and like this is old school editing, right?
Yeah.
So all this stuff I used to just love doing that, and I would write stories. Like when I was in grade 2, I wrote 30, 40-page stories like every week, and
Wow.
the teacher would have us all gather at the end of the class, and I'd read them off to everybody, and I just had this endless amount of creativity that somehow through life just kind of got stifled, right? And
Yeah.
like I got married young and had kids really young, and learned a lot of things. I went into the real world and did a career that is not creative. Well, I guess in some ways it is, but anyway, long story short, it's just I've gotten to this place now where I'm finally able to kind of get back to that. And the more I do it, the more excited I get about it. And the more I just want to keep going with it. And finding Matt, and the friendship we've built, we're really good in that we keep each other accountable to ourselves and to each other. And we know where we stand. Like, we don't just blow smoke. It's like you say, hey man, I need your opinion on this, or like, what
Mm.
do you think? And we know that we're going to give each other the honest truth, right? And that's
Yeah.
what you want is you just to know that you can trust that opinion and know that that person's got your back, and um, yeah, they're always
Well,
there
yeah,
for
I
you.
think as well, I think one of the things you bring to the table, Jeff, is unbelievable organization. Like, you
Mm.
should see this guy's Google Drive for his wardrobe. When I saw
Yeah,
it, I was like, that is incredible, Jeff. I'm like, I went straight away, got all my suits out, put them all on, got myself a Google Drive because I was like, so I think one of the things Jeff really does bring on his technical side, because technically he's an absolute wizard. So I think that's one of the things that really helps, especially if you've got quite a chaotic life. Like you say, you've got children, daytime lives, things you've got to focus on when you're not focused on film, and you can be quite. I can be definitely quite forgetful, and Jeff really helps for the accountability and to make sure there's an actual plan of organization to go forward. So I think that's one of the things where I would say you really shine, Jeff. Apart from being an actor and a good actor, those are the things I think you really shine at.
well,
I
thanks.
need some of those organizational skills. My friend
Just
keeps
take a
telling me to
picture.
put, I've got a list of like questions because I write my questions down on a piece of paper. And I've got a list of questions and I've got my piles like this. I need to put them into the computer. They're just sitting here in a pile behind me. But I've got them all still. Organizational skills is a big key in this, in anything, really.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
it's
Yeah.
huge.
All right. Um, how do you handle creative decisions when you have a different vision?
Mm, that's a great question
Thank you.
Yeah.
because there's many, especially when you're doing like we've done many recently,
Mm.
festivals, film festivals, where you've got 5 days to make a film, 2 days to make a
Yeah.
film. There's many people that want to join the writing process, and being able to take all of the ideas in and be able to make something that everyone can be happy with is
Mm.
very, very difficult. It can be very difficult.
Yeah.
I find there's usually someone that feels a little bit let down.
Mm.
And my wife would say, "That's you, Matt, because you always give, you always just go, okay, give it." But I, I find when it comes to those situations, it just goes down to what's going to be the best story for the moment that we have,
Yeah.
the time that it can be shot in, and the efficiency of getting the film done in the amount of time that we can do it. So if there's something that's like a great idea but very elaborate, we it's more like, okay, that's a fantastic idea, but I think that deserves more than a 5 day film festival. That deserves a budget, that deserves time, pre-production. Let's put that on hold for now, and let's go with something that we can shoot quick, efficiently, and is still going to be effective enough to compete in the festival. I think once that's established in the beginning, it's easy to sort of have your ego affected, but you go, you know what, this is for the better of the team. Let's do what's right and let's move forward. And I'll save this idea for another time. That's how I've tackled the sort of ego and creative approach in the past, and so far it's working out okay. But
Good.
there's other times like I really want to just create something that I really want to create, and I think
Mm.
that's where Northern Monkey Productions comes in. It's like if I come in with Northern Monkey Productions, it's already established this is going to be a Matthew Shea project. I will take creative input and advice, but right away, it's known that this is a Northern Monkey production. So I think for my own personal projects and own personal sort of ego creation, I save those for later dates and bigger budgets.
Yeah, yeah, that's fair. That's understandable too, because when it's your
Mhm.
production, it's your vision. Like I said, you want to keep it your vision. So
Yeah.
yeah, like that. How about you, Jeff?
Yeah, Matt answered that really well.
Yeah.
Basically, I was thinking kind of the same thing. Is it really depends on the group you're in, right? What you're creating. I do like collaboration, and I really value other people's input and opinions because, I mean, with creativity, it's all subjective, right?
Mm.
And there is no right or wrong. And a lot of times like again, if it is your own project and you have a focus, you know what you want to deliver, then fine. But yeah, if it's something where you are openly collaborating with a group, you kind of have to set the boundaries around it and the parameters. Otherwise, it turns into a free for all, and you'll have 10 people all wanting to write, and you'll never get anything accomplished. But um, finding ways to be able to let everybody feel like they're heard and get the opinions out and then hear the ideas and kind of be like, oh, I didn't really think of it that way. And sometimes that can really steer characters and plot lines and everything, even the entire arc of an entire project in a totally different direction than what you were thinking. Um, and just create something incredible when you put everybody's minds to it. But yeah, it's really first and foremost, I guess, having respect for everybody, right? Respecting other people's opinions, not talking over people or shutting them down or making them feel like their opinions just aren't, like, come on, what are you thinking? Like, no, you want people to feel heard mostly. So that's how I deal with it.
Yeah. Let everybody have their opinion. Sometimes you
Yeah,
can't always take that opinion, but you have to let them have it. You know?
exactly.
Yeah, I agree. All right. Jeff, what visual idea in the art of influence are you most proud of?
What visual idea?
Mm,
Oh, that's a good one. So that was a
yeah.
48-hour film.
Yep.
It was the first film that I've ever been an executive producer on, and also actor and writer and everything. That was a lot. We had an incredible team that came together. None of us, well, not a couple of us knew each other, but most of us were all brand new to each other and
Yeah.
like thrown together in like a couple weeks before we did it. So it was wild. I'd I'd say for I think we had to use the Kelowna. One second here. I'm sorry. Got some bings that I can't silence. Um, we used the Kelowna Art Gallery downtown for one of our shots, and it turned out to be really stunning how we did it. We had a drone shot come in. We had a wonderful shot of us exiting the building. Now we didn't actually shoot in there. We shot at a different location, but we had to trick the location, make it look like we're using the gallery, right? Because
Mm,
with all the logistics of everything, you had to have sign off for locations and all this sort of thing.
Yeah.
We weren't going to get it. And plus, there's no way we could have arranged to let us use the gallery. So we tricked it that way. The shots were beautiful. But then it came out the next day that originally the organizers of the event told us, no, you don't have to get sign off for that, but you do have. And then the next day they told us, oh, we made a mistake. You do need to get sign off. I'm like,
Oh,
so we'd already like it's now Sunday. We're like hours before the deadline, and we had to scramble to go and get this done. So we managed to we went there. We talked to the person at the front. They called the chair of the board for the art gallery and at home on a Sunday, and we had to explain what we were doing and why. And they were super great about it, and they signed off and let us use it. And we got that done like an hour before we had to have this thing submitted. So, but having that piece in the film, we wouldn't have been able to use any of it otherwise, right? And that would
oh
have
gosh.
so it was just it really tied together everything really well. And to do it that quickly
Mm.
for everything was it was tough to come up with that, but I was proud of the team for pulling that one together.
You're just very lucky that you got to use that scene because that would have just thrown
Yeah.
everything out. So,
Oh yeah, yeah. Nothing would have made sense.
yeah.
The whole film really hinged on that.
No, I'm so glad you got to use that and that all worked out.
Yeah, those are
All right.
tough. Those 48 are incredibly tough.
Yeah. Yeah. I couldn't imagine trying to do that in 48 hours. That's a lot. I mean, I know that, the verticals, their time frames are very short, and you still get 5 to 7 days to do those, but 48 hours, you think 48 hours, 2 days, but to do a whole film in that time is, yeah, you've got to be really clued on and know exactly what you're doing.
Hmm.
So, yeah. Okay, Matthew, how do you balance community-driven filmmaking with bigger ambitions?
I think my ambition is to bring the community into those bigger ambitions because what we have here in Kelowna, we've been shooting Hallmark films for what I know, at least the last 5 years, very
Mm.
successfully. Lifetime Movies of the Week, very successfully, to the point where Netflix is regularly shooting here now. And my ambition is it's always the next. What can we do next? What can we do next? And how can we improve on the thing we've just done?
Yeah.
And obviously, it's to get to a place of regular film where you're working daily in film. That's the ambition. And without a doubt, what I've seen with the community we have of at least 70 to 60 to 70 strong people, all talented in their own ways, whether it's set decoration, prop making, construction, directors of photography, the actors, directors, editors, everything is here in Kelowna that is just waiting for that huge opportunity to be seen on the international stage. And recently, three Netflix films have just come out. They were all filmed in Kelowna and in the Okanagan region. So locally, it's really starting to get the recognition in the film industry. And my goal is to bring not just the Okanagan, but the people that work in the community, the locations that we have, and like I say, the people that work in the industry, to bring them onto the international stage so they're never thinking, where's the next job going to come from? Is Hallmark always going to have the movies here? Is the company that runs them, are they always going to have work for me? There's the Lifetime films, and then there's whatever's going on with Northern Monkey Productions too. So it's not like I want to take over anything. I think everything can work hand in hand, and we can all grow and not have to leave to go and live in the States, not have to move to Vancouver. We can all live and work right here in the Okanagan. So I think that's the all-encompassing goal.
I love that. And I love that it's community driven because I think with the age that we live in now, to have that community spirit still is really hard in some places. Um,
Yes.
we're all like
Yeah.
kind of parted now. So to have that community still there is really important. And I love that you're
No,
trying to build
absolutely.
that.
Yeah, in Kelowna's there's companies like OSIF, the Okanagan Society of Independent Filmmakers here, that have been, I think, for over 16, 17 years or so, maybe even longer. And they've been working and grinding to get the film industry working here. And they have some really big events and festivals now that like the Okanagan Screen Awards, the event every year it grows, and the amount of people that are there, the films that are on display each year, it's been like, oh wow, it's not even like a oh that film's better than mine. It's wow that film was better than mine. What can I
Yeah.
do to be better than that next time? That was amazing. So,
Yeah.
and it's just growing and growing and growing. And I think, yeah, I think the ambition is just to keep it, be a part of that growth.
Yeah. And keep inspired by everybody around you.
Oh, absolutely, for sure.
Yeah. I love that. Okay. Where do you see your collaboration heading next?
Do you want to answer that
We
one,
want to make
Jeff?
a vertical together. I want
Yeah.
to make a vertical together with him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's the next one
Yeah,
is verticals.
Yeah.
it is. Absolutely. I love acting in them. I always want to act in them, but I would love to make them happen as well and produce them
Hmm.
and do everything.
Yeah. Do you have an idea of what vertical you want to make?
We
I
got a
would like,
few.
yeah, I would like a vampire one in the wineries here. So like
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
have like a some kind of like winery feud, but
Mm.
there's vampires and maybe werewolves, right? And have that because I'm like, if we get one in the snow with the
Yeah.
blood in the snow, it's like, oh, these are some beautiful shots and the lake in the back. Oh,
Yes. Yes.
so
That would
yes,
be cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
Living
also
here in
like
Australia. Sorry.
sorry,
No, you go. You go.
I was gonna say like a even like we were just talking today, like a brand new sort of concept where maybe it's like a vertical action film
Mm.
where like we've not seen a lot of the verticals are of the same style, if you will. There's a similar story to each thing, and
Yeah.
we've been thinking, how do we create something that is of the same attraction to the audience but different?
Yeah. Yeah. I can, yeah. They need to you need to add like I've noticed a lot of the repetitiveness in storylines and things like that. We need new
Yeah.
ideas. And I love action. You know, that's one of my top genres. So having an action one would be very cool. Um, but what I was saying before, being in Australia, I've never actually seen snow. And I've seen all these
Oh,
pictures. Yes, I know, it's very sad. I've seen all these beautiful pictures of, the snow and everything. And then you mentioned wine, and I'm like, I'd love to sit down on like a nice patio area with a glass of wine, just looking at snow. That that would be cool.
oh yes, and we have all of like some of the wineries here are just
Mm,
like internationally award winning because they're just
yeah.
Oh yeah.
exceptional. And I'm like, oh, they're just some of the opening shots. I'm already thinking, I'm like, how am I going to
Creative.
film this?
I
Stunning.
love
Yeah.
that. And I
Stunning.
think
Stunning.
snow
That you
makes
can't get
really
anywhere
good
else, right?
film. Sorry, Jeff, what did you say?
Sorry, Kathy. I was just saying that we have a stunning landscape and
Yeah.
four distinct seasons and things here that we could shoot that you can't do anywhere else, right?
Yes.
So it,
Yeah. I mean, we've got Outback. You can take a photo of a
yeah.
tumbleweed. All right. Okay, so you've already done 48-hour films, but I'm going to hit you with another one here. If you had 24 hours to make a film together, how would you split those roles?
Well, I think I would go in a full on building crew mode.
Yeah.
I'd be straight away into what crew do we need, what equipment do we need, and locations that we're going to shoot at. That'd be instantly when my brain would want to go to. Uh, and I think from there, once we had established the crew that we want to contact, then it'd be okay. Let's delegate jobs to each other. Are we gonna write this ourselves, or are we gonna get a local writer to do it for us? 24 hours. You've not got a lot of time. First of
How
all,
much
it'd
prep
be
time is there before the shoot? That's what I want to know.
I'm making 14 cups of coffee. That's the first thing.
I didn't even think about that. Let's give you a week before this. I'll give you a
Okay,
week. Yeah.
that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I mean, Matt's awesome at arranging people and crew and and equipment, that sort of thing.
Mm,
So I would definitely be handling like administrative tasks, end of it, all the paperwork, all that sort of thing, keeping things organized, like Matt said, making
yeah.
sure that we have everything we need and staying on top of that so that nothing, slips through the cracks. And then from there,
Mm,
you delegate, right? Because it's a huge task even doing it in 48. I know my wife has done a 24-hour in the past for
mm,
real, and that was an incredible thing to do as well. And yeah, she's the producer extraordinaire, so I can learn many things from her and will as we get building our company too. So
that's good.
yeah, delegation's key. Find the right people and just put your
Yeah.
heads to work and roll your sleeves up and get in.
Yeah. Have you guys ever had the issue of like, I'm assuming you have at some point, is somebody pulling out last minute? Do you always have a backup for certain things if you need them?
You have to.
I would,
You always have to have a contingency
yeah,
plan.
Mm,
there's always at least something that we can do. Because
Hmm.
the one thing you find, again, something we were just talking about recently with multiple people, it doesn't matter how well planned you can be, something always comes up on every project that
yeah.
you weren't expecting to happen. Like on one project, we had, what was it, minus 25
Oh,
outside, and we had to do an outdoor scene, and the lenses were freezing. So it was like, oh, well, now what? So we had to put the lenses in front of the fire inside the house, let them cool, let them get them all melt. So there's always something that comes up. But the one thing you can do is again, the relying on the people you're working with is one of the things too, and not panicking in that situation, because usually you're so well planned that when something does come up, you're only dealing with that thing in that moment because everything else is so well planned. So
mm.
yeah, one second, I got to mute myself because my son has walked in.
I can pick up right from where Maddie was, is
Yeah.
basically like that's the job of a producer, is to be ready for anything, right? And
Yeah.
it's the nature of the beast in film, is things will happen that you didn't expect. So
Mm,
it's really about, I think, being able to kind of stay calm under fire and being able to quickly center yourself and just go into action mode rather than reaction mode, right? Because
yeah.
yeah, things are going to happen. Just stay calm. Okay,
Yeah.
what can we do now? What can we, and it helps to even have a bit of a contingency plan in place just in case certain things might happen, even if they don't. Um, yeah, just be prepared.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been learning that in my personal life is not to get too stressed because when you're stressed, nothing's going to work out anyway because you're
Yeah.
then
Yes.
more stressed. And you have to kind of focus and go, okay, I just need to, the more stressed you get, the worse it's going to get.
Oh, for
So,
Yeah,
sure.
exactly.
yeah,
The same with being scared in this situation. If you just react to being scared, now you're just in panic mode. If you just assess the situation first and try to remain calm in that situation, it's the same with stress. It's just
yeah.
assess the situation. Even it made me think of a time we were on a 5 day film festival. I think this was actually we won this 5 day film festival, and Crystal, your partner there, Jeff, was the first AD on the project, and in the middle of the project, the writer came up to me and was very upset that the ending had been changed and we didn't have a real ending. There was a panic. Other people had been upset by the panic. Just get everybody in a room together, deal with the situation, change some things around so that we have the correct time slots. Understand, do we need this scene? Do we need this scene? Okay, we definitely need an ending. So let's figure it out. And it was
Yeah.
within 5 to 10 minutes, we'd come up with a plan, moved on. The film ended up winning. So it was,
Oh,
again, that
yeah.
comes down to the pre planning, everyone working as a well oiled machine. And then when that situation came up, okay, let's not deal with it on set. Let's contain it in a room so no one else has to deal with it. And by the time we leave this room, it's dealt with. And then no one
Yeah,
else has to feel that energy, right? So, yeah,
absolutely. Yeah.
those things can happen. And again, you just have to be the one that stays calm.
Communication and trust is a huge thing. So,
Oh, yes, for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, this is for both of you. What's a deleted scene you wish made it into the final cut? So like when you've been working on verticals, have you done a scene that was deleted that you wish was in it?
Hmm. Have
I
I done
know.
delete?
I'll go first, Matt. With the verticals I've done, I don't think anything's been left out yet that I really wanted to see. So that was all there. But there was one film I did when I was just starting out, and I got to do background on a film called Xmas, and it was with Robbie Amell and Leighton. Sorry, I can never remember her last name. She's from Gossip Girl. I think you probably know who I'm talking about. Leighton Meester. That's it. Yeah. And
Okay.
anyway, so they're like, "Oh, okay, we're going to throw you in as the father of this little girl." So it's a non-speaking scene, but it's going. You'll be interacting with the two leads, and it was a really good scene. Like everything is, and I was so excited to see this thing. I was waiting months for this thing to come out. I think it was like 9 months later. It comes out at Christmas time, and I like they release it. I'm skipping all the way through to the end, and the whole scene was cut except for seven
Oh.
seconds of a wide, like from really far away, as they just called them into the next room, and I'm sitting there looking at it. I'm like, oh man, that was my big break.
Oh,
But
that
I like the
it
sucks.
part where you
happens all the time.
Mm.
skipped through the whole film. Where's my part? Where's my part?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh no. But you're still there, yes? Even just a little bit?
I was still there, and it was surprising how many people actually were messaging me after because it was on. I can't remember which platform it was on, but I think it might have went on. Amazon. That's what it was, Amazon
Oh
Prime.
yeah.
And a lot of people were watching it saying, "Hey, you're on TV. What's going on?" I'm like, how did you even see that? Like, I almost missed it, and I knew where it was.
No, that's cool though. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Matthew?
I was trying to think if any scenes have been deleted. I think luckily most of the things I've done have been fairly complete. Um, I would say maybe even when they've not been deleted and you go, oh, I wish I'd have done that. I wish I'd had another take
Mm,
because they go so fast, and
yeah.
then they sometimes they go, okay, moving on, and you're like, uh, oh,
Yeah.
I really want to do that again.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, you're happy for the film to move on because it's a
Hmm.
busy day. There's so many pages to get done, and you don't want to be working till you don't want to be doing 15-hour days. But at the same time, there's moments where you're like, oh, if they just my inflection was wrong then. I wish I could have just said it a little differently. But I think I think we've both been fairly lucky in terms of the stuff we filmed has managed to get into the film, uh, or at least most of it, from what I remember.
Yeah. I mean, that's not the first time I've heard that either. I've heard from a lot of actors that they just wish they had the chance to do that one more take, just
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
just to get that little thing right. But at the same time, you trying to do another take to get that one thing right could have got what you got in that scene perfect wrong, you
yeah,
know?
of course.
So sometimes you just have to take it as it is, let it go and go, it is what it is. Another thing, like I've also heard is when you go into a vertical, you guys would know this better than me, obviously, but you've got to go in with it, not trying to make everything perfect because you're
Mhm.
never going to get, well, sometimes you're lucky and get it perfect, but it's more just do the best you can, make the shot as best as you can, and move on.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
pretty
So,
much.
yeah,
Well, and you,
yeah.
you have an idea of the character, how you're going to play it, and how you
Mm,
feel from your creative mindset, of how you think the character is going to be. And I've gone in on like the last one I did, where I pretty much brought the same energy that I did in the self tape, and booked that pretty quickly after. And I thought, oh, okay, I must have really hit the target on this. And I go in to do the shoot, and no, the director had a totally different idea. And then
yeah.
it's like, oh, you find out very quickly, okay, no, this isn't how they want me to play this. And yeah, I mean,
And you just have to
ultimately, it's
adapt.
it's their call,
Yeah.
right? Exactly, exactly. And as long as you can take the notes and make the changes, then it's all good. So
Yeah. And you have to adapt quickly.
yes,
You know what? Though? I think that helps a lot of the time. Uh, the fast pace of it because you don't really have too much time to overthink.
Yeah.
Hmm.
right? So it's just like, okay, do this. Okay, you mean like this? Yes, like that, but bigger. Okay,
Yeah.
and then you just go and do it, right?
Yeah.
So, and then it's like, okay, moving on. Okay, that was good. We're moving on. Okay, it must have been good. That's it. So it's yeah, they were a ton of fun. They were a whole ton of fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you
Okay.
really only have to nail your coverage anyway. As long as you nail it when it's on you, then it's all good.
Exactly. Yep. Everybody else can do theirs. This is mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. If Northern Monkey Productions expanded beyond film, what would you create next?
Beyond film.
Mm.
Hmm. And that encompasses everything to do with film.
Yep. Well, whatever, like, yeah, anything with like, what's your next
What
idea if film, if you wanted to expand above film? Like, what else would you want to do?
what would I go above film? That's a great question. That
Thank you.
because my whole everything is focused solely on film, and my senior self still sitting in that director's chair. it's, it's I've not really thought about what I would do above film. Um, I would say I've always enjoyed time with seniors. My great grandparents were very special to me. So I think I would probably try to create something around seniors or mental health.
Mm.
I've been on quite a journey in terms of mental health, as I think so many people have. And I think that is where, actually, if I was going to really focus, I think it would be something on mental health,
Yeah.
because that would that in seniors, youth, middle-aged, men, women, everybody, right? I think it's that has serious sort of longevity, unfortunately. Um,
Mm.
so I think it'd be something towards mental health and trying to make that area of life stronger for people.
Yeah. No, I love that. And that's very important as well. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I do like
absolutely.
that. Yeah. Okay. What's the biggest thing you've learned from each other so far?
Get organized.
Yep. Yep.
Use facial creams.
Yeah, I've got a few
Yeah.
years on Maddie, so we were just discussing that the other day.
Yeah.
Like, what's your secret? I'm like, I'm not telling.
Even Erica, my
Skincare
wife, was like,
101.
Jeff looks so
Yeah, yeah.
good. And I'm like, okay, calm down.
Mostly it's what I've learned from Matt is not to try to make everything perfect all the time, right? Like you have to cut
Mm.
yourself some slack, and sometimes you just have to, like, I get so technical on everything because that's just how my mind works and how it's always worked, that I'm like, this has to be here, this has to be here, this, and I have my process. I do it this way. Sometimes you just got to shake things up and just go with it and relax, take a breath, and trust yourself, right?
Yeah.
Trust your instincts. And Matt's really good at telling me to do that and to just chill out. Don't try to make
Mm.
everything perfect. So yeah, I've really learned that from him. And just how to kind of be super cool on set. That's
Yeah.
that's so cool on
Hey.
set. I strive to be him every time we walk in somewhere.
I love that. Oh, it's
Oh,
funny. Oh,
yeah, no,
no.
it's thank you, Jeff. I was just saying, I think what works well is, Matt, if there's a weighing scale, over here is me on the chill side. There's Jeff on the urgency side. Coming together, it's like you make me more urgent, which I needed, and from what I'm hearing, I make you less stressed in terms of urgency. It's like, okay, it needs to get done, but let's not stress out about the things you have to get done. It's so yeah, it's Great team, Jeff.
Good balance.
Yeah.
Yes, very
It's a
much
good
so.
balance. That's good. Okay. Do you have a shared non-negotiable when working on a project?
Anything with our moral compass and
Yeah.
Yes.
anything ethical, like where we just we both share values that way.
Mm.
We're both very tolerant of others and their opinions and their lifestyle, life choices, everything, right? Like my my personal philosophy anyway is just be yourself, live life, live it the
Yeah.
way you want to live it. Don't hurt anyone else, and I'm not going to have a problem with you, you know? And just do cool stuff. Just have fun, right? And yeah, I think that's really it. Hey, Matt, like some of the roles I get, I do kind of struggle with at first when I see the breakdown or the role description. And to be honest, a lot of it is written a lot worse than it ends up being when we actually
Yeah.
shoot it. And things will soften, and you can kind of talk to sometimes even the clients, that the director will talk to the clients or whatever, and hey, can we change this up a little bit?
Mm.
But ultimately, I've learned to just kind of embrace the roles and not judge them too much, like the character. But that said, I won't do something just for shock value either, right? Or some of the other things
Yeah.
that the really gross, dark stuff you see in some of these that we're trying to push out of this vertical space. There's just no need for it. And
Yeah.
no, I won't do anything just because you can say to me, hey, this is really kind of crossing the line here, but it guarantees it's going to get hooked, it's going to become a major viral hit. No, I don't care. Like there are lines that I won't cross, and I know Matt won't either, and we align on them. So
That's
Yeah, it's
good.
like above all, I'm a husband and father first, before
yeah.
Yeah.
before anything. And if anything on screen would upset my wife for any reason, which is intimacy, there's levels of intimacy I just won't do at all.
Yeah.
And if my children see it, and obviously they're not watching many verticals
Mhm.
through just not letting them. Some of
Yeah.
the content is not children
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
acceptable, but yeah, basically it comes down to, is my family going to be okay with this
Yeah.
first? And a lot of the time it's fine. They laugh.
Yeah.
The roles, like you said, they're not. Once you if you read it, you go, oh, what?
Yeah.
But then when you're actually acting it out, it's very different. But like you said, there's been roles where it was, you get the availability checks because they want you, but then you read the first scene, and the first scene is like grotesque, and you're like, oh, I've got to do that as the very first thing in the film. You're like,
Hmm.
no, unfortunately. And the rest of the film is actually not too bad, but the opening
Yeah.
scene is just too much. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, and
And
those
I
hook
know
but
that
yeah,
some
scenes
of
so
them are
don't
so
those,
strict.
change. They won't change them because they're
Yeah. Some of
yeah,
designed.
them are
like,
really strict. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard a lot of people have some, like, I've heard some people have really good collaborations with the directors and stuff, and they can change them. Or, like
yeah,
maybe not a whole scene, but like parts of it. But then you got some who's like, we had to do it word for word. Like
yeah,
Yes.
every single scene had to be exactly how they wrote it. And sometimes that's really hard. I've also
Yeah.
seen some where they've accepted it, seeing half the script, and it's like, okay, this isn't bad. And then they get the other half of the script, and it's just like way out of what they wanted to do, but they
yeah,
couldn't get out of it because, they're already locked in. Um, so key factor there, get the whole script first.
yeah,
Hmm.
absolutely. You know what? The one we did together, Jeff, I Had a Baby Without You,
Yeah.
with that real shot. That was the director there, and
Jesse's
the
like,
production, Jess, yeah, and the production company there.
yeah.
They were all, the producers were on set for that, and
Yeah.
they were really great with suggestion. Like, so I'd be in the scene and I'd be like, I've been thinking that I think he would do this. They'd go, okay, let's try it. Let's just try it.
Mm.
Let's see where it goes. And then they come back and be like, we loved it. Let's do that. And you're like,
Yeah.
okay, that's really but I think it comes down to just asking the question first, and then understanding your boundary with what they can do. Because again, I was on another one, and I'm not going to say names, but the we're changing lines while talking to me. Like, you're going to say this, and I'm going to say this. And I was like, have you spoken to the director about that? Oh, no, no, but it's going to be fine. And then they go and speak to the director, and they go, let's just do those lines first, and then maybe if we have time, we'll do your lines. And I'm like, yeah, I see. I'm glad we just didn't go into the scene and just do that, because
Yeah.
we were in trouble. So
Yeah,
it's again, it comes down to communication. It's always communication.
absolutely. Yes. And you have to trust your director. You have to
Yes.
Oh,
trust
yeah.
that they have the vision and they're not going to do anything to jeopardize you as an actor or anything. They have your vision in mind as well. So
Yeah. And they want you to succeed because they want to make a good film, right? So
exactly.
Oh, yeah.
anytime you get any, what is it, suggestions on an action or the way you delivered a certain line, it's just them wanting to make the film better. It's not an attack on your talent or your ego. It's just,
Yeah.
we want to make this film the best we possibly can, and this is my vision.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
as an actor, you just show up, know your lines, follow direction well, and just execute it. I think that's. And again, if there's opportunity to add your creative influence, you can find out very, very quickly with just some simple communication.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. This is what each of you as well. What is your funniest moment on set?
Mm.
Oh man, I've
Funniest
had
moment, I said.
it.
Trying to think.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, I would say for me personally, it was working on a vertical actually, and it was because I got to play such a different role to all the other roles I ever played. I usually play the villain or the gangster. The accent seems to work really well for that. But I got to play the host of a Golden Bachelor, and very flamboyant. Uh, so it was when I got there, I wanted to respect. I wanted to respect the role, so I didn't want to be like I was warned not to do campy hands, not to do these things. But then as soon as I got to set, the director was like, "No, I need you to be full on campy hands. I need you to be so wishy washy." I was like, "Oh, oh, really? Okay." So I had to play the mirror game, and I had to order a Starbucks in the same way the director was ordering a Starbucks. And it was very much like, I would like a mocha latte. I was like, this is this is awesome because I wanted to play it full on and just express it that way, but I was being warned to kind of be more restricted on that. And then when I got there, the director just gave me the freedom. So it was that was really fun. And then once I'd done the scene and everyone applauded, that was like, yay! So that was a really fun moment for me on set.
That's good. I like that. It's good when you get your chance to be creatively free.
Yes, oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Jeff?
Um, I've had a few. One of the ones was the same film that Matt was just talking about. It was funny because we were both on the film, but we had totally opposite shoot dates. So,
No, of course.
but yeah, the one it wasn't so much funny for anything for me, but it was we were shooting in a supermarket, and it was an overnight shoot because we had to wait until the market closed at like 8 p.m. to even get in there. So we were right through the night, and I was there since like I think not right at 8:30 or something like that. But my scene didn't even come up until after lunch. So then you're eating like chicken curry and rice at 3 in the morning. And you're kind of like,
Mhm.
this is lunch.
Yep.
So by the time we got to shoot our scene, it was like almost 6 in the morning, and we were just all exhausted. And
Mhm.
we're trying to get this. I had to like tackle her to the ground, and uh, the cell phone had to slide perfectly across and just land in the right spot for where the camera was. And
Ooh.
the first time we did it, it actually landed perfectly. And then I think the director was like, "No, let's just try it again." And they tried this like 6 or 7 times to get this just perfect. And they kept sliding it like a curling rock or a shuffleboard puck. And they're like sliding it across. It would always just go just too far, just too far, just too short. Then finally
Mm.
everyone's like, "Can we just move on already?" And they
Yeah, we
finally
got the
called it.
shot.
And they ended up using the one that we did the first time anyway. So
Mm.
Of
we're
course.
all just killing ourselves laughing at that one. But yeah, it was crazy. Some of the things you do on an overnight shoot where you can't even see straight anymore, and it's like everyone's tired, but you
Yeah.
do get a lot of laughs at least.
Yeah. Is there something that you guys would love to change or love to see changed in the vertical community?
Well, you
Well,
know
there's a
what
lot
I
of great
think?
things. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think people like Monica Dalman and is it the VHSAA? I
VFSSA.
think. Yeah,
Yeah,
that those are doing great things in
Mm.
in getting regulation on set now for verticals, so that there's like the almost like full on, well, yeah, like full on union sets now,
Mm.
and it's they're not union sets, or I think one of them might have just been recently, but they're treated like that now. So when you get
Yeah.
there as an actor, you know what to expect, you know how you're going to be treated, and I think that will only get better and better as micro dramas and vertical series are getting more getting a bigger reputation, getting more well known now. I think I would like to see more of the different genres.
Mm.
I think that's collectively from quite a few people that I've heard. But I think so far it's yeah, the people that are doing what they're doing to change things are doing really well, and I think it's only going to improve from there. So
I had a
um,
chat with Alicia about that a long time
yeah,
ago.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Alicia's yeah, again working with yeah, Monica and
Yeah.
all of those, Sammy, everyone over there is doing really, really fantastic background work, especially for us actors.
yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
good.
they really do have the best interests of the actors and crew and everybody at heart, right? And they're just
Yeah.
fighting tirelessly, advocating for it and bringing the right change to the industry that's needed. Because it was kind of, well, it's still in some ways it's the wild, wild west, but not as much anymore. Like some of the production companies that didn't have the greatest track record have really upped their game as well. And it's just gotten to the point where people realize that to do business, you have to be meeting the bar, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
in the community itself, the one thing I really love about verticals and the vertical community is just the reach. Like it's global, but like even just on Instagram with the way that fans and artists are interacting and connecting, I really love it because everybody that
Yeah.
has reached out to me and that I've had conversations with and built friendships with, they're super respectful, right? And respectful of our time and understanding that, we have busy schedules. I may not always be able to reply right away if somebody's messaging but I always will. It's just, and it's just really cool to get to know people from around the world and kind of see what they want to see and what they like and what
yeah,
they don't like about the space and it's really like just seeing accounts like yours, Kathy, grow and just start to explode and gain all this popularity and it's really cool. It is really, really
Thank
cool. And
you.
that's why I was like super excited when, when you asked if I wanted to take part in an interview. I'm like,
Mm.
absolutely. Like, I just want to help this grow.
yeah,
And as Matt said, it doesn't have to be the same storylines. I want to
Mm.
see it evolve, and it's really going to get there as well. I think the as the industry matures and adopts the vertical format, I think the bigger players are already starting to kind of take their pokes at it, and Netflix looking at it for doing a few teasers here and there, and I think it's just a matter of time
Yeah.
before everything continues to evolve and mature.
Yeah. I mean, I've only been doing this since February, but just to see how much it's grown since then is huge,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
really
And
huge.
storylines improving,
Yeah.
scripts getting better. Like from the beginning, like you'd read a script and it was like, did ChatGPT write this? Right?
Hmm.
And now it's like, oh, okay, you can
Yeah.
see that there's effort gone into it and there's like real time spent on making sure there's a story, not just slaps and beats
Yeah.
and calling someone a name, right? It's there's really beginning to be actual depth to the story now and some to the characters. So it's yeah, it's again, it's growing fast, and
Yeah.
it's just a pleasure to be a part of this.
Mm. I mean, I remember some of the ones I watched earlier on. There's like two locations. That's it. And the whole time it's just the banquet scenes mostly. The banquet scenes are a lot. Um, and there's just like a slap fest for like 20 minutes. And it's like, what's
Mhm.
happening here? I'm bored. I don't want to see someone get violently slapped for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But then there are other ones like my favorite vertical so far is Keys to My Heart. There's an actual storyline
Mm,
from start to finish. I think there's maybe one slap. And again, I'm not completely against slaps as long as they've got something that helps the storyline. It's
yes,
the
of
Yeah.
course.
unnecessary ones that I have a problem with. You
Yeah,
know, like you said, just for the wow factor. But if there's
Mhm.
something in there that happens that actually helps the storyline move along, then it was needed in there, you know?
Oh, and
yeah.
sometimes you just want to see certain people get slapped,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I
And then they
played a
don't,
couple
you're like,
characters
can
where
I
I
slap
deserved
them?
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. And honestly, people are like, I want to stop all the violence and things like that. You go and watch, Rush Hour and, all these action movies. There's action. It's
Yeah,
a genre, it's
yeah.
just the unnecessary stuff
Yeah,
that,
Yes, of course.
yeah.
totally.
Okay. Is there anything you want us to know about you or your work?
Hmm. What do you want us to? What do I want people to know? Uh,
I
I
can go
guess
first if you're thinking,
go on, yeah,
Maddie.
go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah, I would just say that I feel like there's really no role that I'm not confident that I couldn't pull off. And it's really just about getting the opportunity and so I'm always looking for different breakdowns that are coming out and seeing, hey, you know what, I would love to at least be able to read for this just so that I can show that this is something I can do.
Mm,
And but I think ultimately is I like doing interviews like this and talking with people because I want them to see who I am as a person
yeah.
and that the characters I play just I'm not this because I get a lot mostly villain roles, right? And things like the
Mm.
henchman and where I'm taking people hostage and I just that's not who I am. Like I'm actually a nice guy. So that's all. I just want people to know that when I'm on set, I'm always 100% professional, respectful, prepared. I come to work and I have fun, but I'm there to work and yeah, that's it. It's just really that's what you need to know about me is that everything I do I'm completely professional, so I take it very seriously and I look forward to making many more of these hopefully.
Yeah. Well, I hope you get the opportunity to expand your roles and get into
Mm.
something different. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think
Matthew?
I could just say that everything I do is with full full love. Uh, my heart is on my sleeve because it is what you see is what you get. I'm going to be upfront and honest. That doesn't mean my honesty comes with any kind of um, negativity. It's always for positive influence. I do have core values that I stick to in every walk, everyday life, and I take them into my production company, which my production company, the core values are staple to that production company. I learned them from the military. They're called the C drills. C stands for courage, D is discipline, R is respect for others, I is integrity, L is loyalty, and S is selfless commitment. And I try to bring them, like I say, to everything I do,
Yeah.
so that if ever I'm in a moment where maybe my brain is a little chaotic because there's so much happening, I'll just stop for a second and go, okay, am I implementing these core values in everything I'm doing right now? It might just be I need to listen to the selfless commitment part. Am I putting the needs of others before myself right in this moment in time? Am I being loyal to my team by working hard and just if there's someone that needs to lie on the floor and hold a light, are you going to do that? Absolutely. That's what I'm going to do. Whatever it takes to get the film made. I don't have to be the lead actor. I can be the guy running and getting coffee if that's what you need. That's from top to bottom. That's we just want to see the film get made. I want to see everyone in this industry happy and working in this industry because I've seen as well in many sets, usually the bigger sets, that some people can get. Oh, there's been stories of ill treatment, and I want to create a film environment that has, especially when it's our sets, that there's none of that at all. It's everyone that comes to work on our sets walks away buzzing so much that they talk about working for our sets so that other people want to come and work on those sets. That's
Yeah.
the environment I want to create. And when it comes to acting, it's throw anything at me, anything at all. It doesn't matter what it is. You throw it at me, and I will try my best to tackle it because I'm playing pretend. I get to play pretend. It's
Hmm.
like what we did as teenagers and kids. I get to do that and get paid for it. It's amazing, right? So
Best job in the
Yeah.
world.
Hmm.
absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. What's the hardest decision you've had to make together?
Hmm. Together.
What do you think, Maddie? How about that last one we both had to turn down?
Oh
We were
yeah,
supposed
that
to play
was
security guards together on a real short exclusive.
yeah,
And yeah, we neither of us could make it because of commitments that we just couldn't move around. And it was tough because we both really wanted to be on this film. And
Yeah.
yeah. It's because it's a big opportunity in terms of like
yeah,
the production company behind it. Uh, the people behind it, the BC Minister of Arts and Culture was going to be on set the days we were going to be there too. So it was, yes. But
very big
again,
name lead. Yeah. And we
it's one of
were
those
the right
things though,
man
right?
then. Yeah,
Yeah,
it is what it is.
it's like I used to panic about missing opportunities early in the acting days, but everything comes to you at the right time.
I
And
believe that too.
if it doesn't work out, there's a reason it didn't work out.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a tough one for sure, definitely. And I think hopefully there's going to be bigger decisions in the future that we have to even tougher decisions that we have to come to. Something like
Yeah.
the 250 grand project or the 200 grand project. I hope those are the tough decisions.
Yeah, if that's the
Yeah.
toughest decision, we're doing something right.
Exactly. I love that. Okay. I've got two more questions. What's something you each pushed each other to try for the first time?
Ooh, maybe I could. Maybe Jeff was theatre. Did you do
Yes.
theatre for the
Yes.
first time? I didn't push him
Yeah.
Mm.
He
necessarily.
didn't push me, but he absolutely inspired me, that's for sure.
Encouraged. I should have used the word encouraged. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And for for Jeff, I think what have you encouraged me to do? Well, there's been times when imposter syndrome kicks in, and you go, especially with my accent and where I live, it's been quite difficult to sort of get roles in this industry. But Jeff is always very positive, very, very, very positive. And even if he's down, I don't. It's you. You don't really see it. Not that he doesn't show and he isn't afraid to show emotion because, like I say, we've spent some great time together and had some great conversations where the emotions do come out. But not to get down and just to keep going. I think is one of the main things. If you love something, don't let the outside world stop you from or distract you from that goal and keep going.
Okay. All right. Last question. What do you admire most about each other after working side by side?
I love Jeff. He's like I say, for for the size, he's like a 6 foot what? To me, he looked like that 6'4", a wide NFL player, right? But he could hold a rabbit in his palm of his hand and just be the nicest guy you've ever seen, right? And the work ethic, incredibly hardworking guy. When he's got especially over the last 6 months, this guy has probably been one of the most hardest working and inspiring people in my life. And because
Mm.
not only does he have a day job, but he's tackled theatre and took lead roles in theatre where it's like
Mm.
on stage for 2.5, 3 hours constantly. And then going from no acting experience to what, how many vertical films, short films, just the work ethic and the passion alone is one of those things where you sat on the couch thinking, Jeff isn't just sat on the couch. Oh, I better go and do something. Right. So that above all, apart from him being such a great friend and just a great person to everyone around him, that I think is one of his strongest talents is his work ethic. Absolutely.
Mm.
Thanks,
I
Matt.
love that.
Yeah, and then for Matt, honestly, it's like his passion, his energy, just his spirit, his heart, everything about him. When you meet him, it's very infectious. Just listening to him talk and seeing everything that he's excited about, it gets you excited. And the times that I really cherish the most were when we got to stay together in Vancouver a couple times and really get to know him, really see everything he's been through in life. And like Maddie, you haven't had the easiest life, right? You'd be the one to say that, like your childhood, youth growing up in Northern England,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of the things you've gone through, and so much of it I resonated with, for not exactly the same, but we came from similar situations, like with our parents growing up, and some of the hardships we faced, and just the courage that I see in him as he continues to fight through all the things that have happened to him in life and not let that get him down, and to just keep pushing through. And I've seen him grow so much in the short time in the grand scheme, the short time that I've known him, but just being able to see everything he's come through in life really inspires me to keep going and keep pushing as well too. So I really value that in him and his friendship. And yeah, he's somebody, sometimes you just meet people and you just know that they're your people, right?
Yeah, I
Absolutely,
agree.
Jeff.
That's what it
Thank you
is.
very
That's what
much.
it is.
I love that. All right. Well, I want to thank you both for giving me your time today. I really appreciate you having this interview with me, and I've loved talking to both of you.
Well, thank you very much, Kathy.
Thank
It's
you
been an
so
absolute
much.
pleasure.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
it's been wonderful chatting, and I'm thank you so much for having us on here. It's great to get to know you.
Yeah,
Anytime,
and for
anytime.
also creating this platform for us as well, and because again, we all have schedules and daily lives, children, whatnot, and to put some time aside to actually get to know the actors and to give us a place to have our voice, it's really appreciated. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Absolutely. I love letting people express things, and I love being able to do that for you guys. So thank you very much. Okay, I will talk to you both again very, very soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sounds great.
Bye.
Anytime.